What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to write the standard equation of a circle when you're given the center and a point on the circle, all right? So we're going to go over two examples. Let's go over this first one right here. So it just says, write the standard equation for a circle with center 0, 0 and point on circle 0, 6, all right? So the first thing you always want to start with is the standard equation of a circle, which I've already written right here. So it's simply x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where h and k represent the x and y coordinates of the center, and r simply represents the radius of the circle. Okay, so let's identify these three missing things, and we can start with the center right here. So here it says that the center is at 0, 0. Okay, so this is what we're going to plug in for h and k. So we're going to plug in a 0 right here for h and a 0 for k. Okay, now we have to identify what the radius is, and to do that, since it's not given, maybe a little picture would help. So maybe we could draw a little graph like this, and we could just plot the circle really quick, right? So the center of the circle is at the origin, right, at 0, 0, and then it says a point on the circle is at 0, 6. So 0, 6, let's just say it's up here, right? Let's just say that's 6 right there. So then we could say, you know, -6, -6, and +6, right? Just to get an idea of what the circle looks like. So then we could just connect the dots like that. Okay, so if we wanted to figure out what the radius of the circle is, again, it's just the distance from the center of the circle to the edge, and that distance would be 6. So then here we could see that the radius, r, should be equal to 6. All right, now that we've identified h, k, and r, now we can simplify this. So here, first of all, we're going to have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equal to 6 squared. All right, now x minus 0, that's just equal to x. So we're just going to have an x right here, and again, that's squared. Plus y minus 0 is just y, and that's also squared. And that's equal to 6 squared, which is 36. All right, this is as simplified as we can write this. So our final answer is simply x squared plus y squared is equal to 36. All right, let's do this last example right here. So this one says, write the standard equation for a circle with center -1, 3 and point -5, 6. All right, so again, the first thing you want to do is start with the standard equation of a circle, which I have already written right here. All right, the next thing we want to do is just identify our three variables, right? H, k, and r. So let's start with h and k. So again, these are the x and y coordinates of the center. So here, the center is at -1, 3, right? So this is going to be h, and this is going to be k. Okay, so here we're going to have -1 and +3, all right? Now, we need to identify the radius. And for this problem, identifying the radius isn't going to be as easy as just drawing a circle this time, because the center and the point on the circle are not along the axes or the origin of the graph. So it doesn't line up as perfectly, right? Because again, if I just drew a little graph right here, let's see, the center of this circle is at -1, 3, so -1, 3, let's just say it's about there. And then the point is at -5, 6, right? So -5, 6, let's just say it's somewhere out here. So if this is the center and this is the other point, okay, well, we know roughly the circle is going to look something like that. And then this is that distance from the center to the point. So since it's not as easy to tell what that distance is, what we have to do instead is use the distance formula. So if you don't remember what the distance formula is, I'll just write it right here. The distance between 2 points is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Okay, so in order to use this formula, the first thing we have to do is label our two coordinate points. So let's use this first coordinate point. Let's say this is x sub 1 and y sub 1, and we'll call this one x sub 2 and y sub 2. Okay, so if we plug these into the formula down here, we're going to get that the distance is equal to the square root of, and then let's see, x sub 2 is -5, so we're going to have -5, and that's minus x sub 1, and x sub 1 is negative 1, right? So negative 1, and that's squared, plus, now we're going to do the y-coordinates. Y sub 2 is 6, so we're going to say 6 minus, right? Y sub 1, and y sub 1 is 3. And this is also squared. So then here, I'm just going to write it right here, we're going to get that the distance is equal to the square root of, let's see, negative 5 minus negative 1. That's the same thing as negative 5 plus 1, which is negative 4, right? So then here, we're going to get negative 4, and again, that's squared, and that's plus 6 minus 3, which is 3. And this is also squared. So then the distance is equal to the square root of, let's see, negative 4 squared, that's equal to 16, plus 3 squared is equal to 9. So 16 plus 9 is 25. So d is equal to the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. All right. So the distance from the center to the point on the circle is equal to 5. Right? So that distance right here, or in other words, the radius, is equal to 5. So let's plug in a 5 for the radius. All right, so now that we have our 3 variables, now we can finally simplify it. So here we're going to have x minus negative 1, right? So negative 1, don't forget the negative sign, and that's squared, plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 5 squared, which is equal to 25. So then here, simplifying this one last time, x minus negative 1 is the same thing as x plus 1. So we're going to have x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 25. Boom. So if you found the video helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions or want to see any other examples, just let me know in the comment section below.